This presentation was produced under U.S. Department of Education Contract Number ED-ESE 14D-0008 with Synergy Enterprises Incorporated. The views expressed herein do not necessarily represent the positions or policies of the U.S. Department of Education. No official endorsement by the U.S. Department of Education of any product, commodity, service, methodology, technique, or enterprise mentioned in this publication is intended or should be inferred.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our training, Aligned for Success, Creating an Intentionally Designed Program. I'm Monique McDowell Russell, and I will be your host for this mini lesson. Before we dive in, if you do not know how to capture data, watch our mini lesson called Aim for Success, Developing a Needs Assessment for some quick help on capturing data for your out-of-school time program. Research has indicated that quality of out-of-school time programs include these 4 components. The activities connect to the school day and student needs. The program employs positive youth development strategies. The program prepares students for the 21st century. And the program engages students. Let's begin by talking about connecting to the school day and student needs. Our needs assessment told us that students were struggling in math. They weren't growing, but as after-school providers, we didn't know why. When asked, the teacher told us, "My students are just not mastering use of fractions and measurement, and as much as I try, I can't give them enough time to practice in class. They hate doing the worksheets." The students have told us they want to have a cooking club, gardening, and art. The wheels begin turning. All of a sudden, it makes perfect sense. We can offer everything students want to do and still support the school day by embedding the academic standards in our activities. If we are cooking, we can have students split recipes using fractions, and they will naturally use measuring as they mix together ingredients for their recipe. If we are gardening, students can use measurement and fractions to decide how much space each vegetable will need and divide the garden plot, then measure the height of plants each session. If we are doing art projects, we might embed measurement and fractions by having students mix portions of paint to get a new color, or by guiding them to measure lengths of materials for use in creating an art piece or a piece of jewelry. The most amazing part is the students won't mind because they are going to be having fun and they're going to be participating in hands-on activities rather than worksheets. The teacher will be thrilled because students will begin understanding the knowledge at higher levels of thinking, which will make it more likely they will improve academically. Win-win. Our second quality component is positive youth development. Research has shown that when a program is designed to include opportunities for positive youth development, then students are more likely to thrive and build resiliency. We see youth not as having limited control, but taking complete ownership, not as passive learners, but as active learners, not as victims, but as engaged leaders. We need to provide opportunities for students to feel a sense of success. We want them to develop a more positive sense of self-worth and self-efficacy. Design the environment so that they have an opportunity to create something they can show off and be proud of, like a favorite recipe to share with their family or the largest vegetable in the garden. Our purposes change from providing services to building strengths, from being a rescuer to being a catalyst, from focusing on prevention to focusing on expansion. Everything in the environment changes from a negative viewpoint to a positive viewpoint, which will empower youth. Our third quality component is prepare students for the 21st century global community. In order to fully participate in today's global community, students must master certain skills. Our students must be able to communicate their ideas and values clearly and articulately. They need to be able to collaborate by working with others towards a shared goal. They need to be able to think critically by looking at problems in new ways, and they need to be creative, using their current and new knowledge in innovative ways to accomplish their goals. To encourage this, we as providers need to create learning environments that allow students to move beyond typical methods of study, such as writing an essay on a topic that they read about, to tackling a relevant problem such as homelessness, and allowing them to create a project that allows them to share their findings and impact change. The fourth component is engagement. The obvious choice of learning strategies to engage and encourage positive youth development and 21st century skills is project-based learning. Within the project-based learning family of instructional strategies, you can find service learning, civic learning and engagement, problem-based learning, situational learning, and many more. Whatever learning strategy you use, whether it is tutoring session, a guided learning activity, a sport, art, music, or cooking activity, you must intentionally design your activity to allow for the building of these traits and skills. If you want additional information on using a project-based learning approach, visit the Y4Y portal. You will find training modules, webinars, and many resources and customizable templates you can use to help you design your activities. While we are intentionally aligning our activities to ensure that students are mastering important academic skills, we must also ensure that they are engaged, that they are enjoying the work, and that they are enthusiastic about the process of learning. If you do this, more than likely, you will be incorporating the components we discussed today. Here are just a couple of tools housed on the Y4Y portal that can help you intentionally align your student activities to student needs. These tools focus on incorporating academics into your program, making learning engaging, and building activities that allow for the development of the skills and traits we discussed today. Each tool is completely customizable, so you can make it work for your program. Thank you for joining me today. Please let us know if we can help in any way.